Hello everyone, this is DC Wood of Beartown Radio, continuing our review series for Doctor Who, Destiny of the Doctor. As mentioned in the introduction to this series, Destiny of the Doctor is an 11-part audio-based story arc designed to help celebrate Doctor Who's 50th anniversary last year. It's a most excellent series that I've already recommended to Whovians. But what can folk expect from each individual episode? Well, are you sitting comfortably?
The bells of Shoreditch Church chimed 9 as the old man hurried through the darkened streets of London's East End. Occasionally, he would look behind, as if to check no one was following. But the October fog was too thick, and the light from the gas lamps too weak for him to see more than a few paces ahead. Hidden in the folds of his cloak, he clutched at some object, holding it tightly to his chest, as if it were valuable treasure. 2 scooters came roaring down the road, and he darted out of their headlights and into the shadows. The 2 teenage bikers jeered, "Out of the way, Grandad!" before heading off down the road. The old man grunted and cast another wary look behind before turning into a run-down terrace street. He paused for a second, listening. He was right. Someone had been following him.
Hunters of Earth is where we begin Destiny of the Doctor, with a brand new adventure for the first Doctor, the late great William Hartnell. This story is written by Nigel Robinson and narrated by the legendary Carole Ann Ford, who played the Doctor's granddaughter and first companion, Susan Foreman. The supporting role is supplied by Tam Williams in the role of Cedric. Hunters of Earth takes place before the first ever episode of Doctor Who, on an earthly child, so Ian Chesterton and Barbara Wright haven't joined the Time Lords yet. At this particular point in time, the Doctor and Susan are stranded on Earth after fleeing Gallifrey. The Doctor wants to repair his TARDIS and get off Earth as quickly as possible, whereas poor Susan struggles to fit in at Coal Hill School and just wants to be accepted into Earth society. Unfortunately, both the Time Lords' desires are thwarted by a bizarre frenzy that has seized the local community. The Doctor and Susan's true natures have been revealed, and the hunt is on.
Susan, Cedric and Bernie stood back as the gates finally crashed open. The mob burst into the warehouse with Mavis and Jimmy at their head.
Immediately, Hunters of Earth sets the standard for what Destiny of the Doctor is all about, capturing the essence of the relevant Doctor and era and showcasing everything about it that made it so special. The original Doctor Who theme is used, and the 60s lifestyle as a setting that's utilised very creatively. Hunters of Earth is refreshing for being a tale that works much better than your average Space Monster of the Week story, and its use of racial prejudice and hatred from the 60s paints a dark, sinister picture with morals to abide by. Nigel Robinson has written a powerful and quite original tale here, complete with lessons to remember and a strong plot to boot, boasting plenty of twists and turns and genuine shockers. Carole Ann Ford is an absolute delight as narrator, with her tone coming across as endearing and versatile. In reprising her old role as Susan, her voice possesses the character's same levels of youth and exuberance, which really come into play during both relaxed and tense moments. Her interactions with Cedric, colourfully portrayed by Tam Williams, make for great drama too. The use of original music and sound effects further do Robinson's story justice, making it tense, psychological, and a really good scare for listeners. The First Doctor's depiction here is very well accurate. He has an air of arrogance, he's arguably more rude and childlike than any of his later incarnations, but his love for Susan is strong, as is his brilliance, bravery, and the potential for changing into a better person. All the other characters present are fully fledged with strong, well-developed roles too, the best being Susan's.
Oh, Mr. Rook, I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going.
However, the plot of Hunters of Earth does take a while to get going. There are moments when the story does drag, and there are several loose ends left over when all's said and done. Some plot elements are resolved much later on in the Destiny arc, but others are just left ambiguous, which grates at me. Also, the source of the antagonism here, when it's revealed, felt like a bit of a letdown. It's something that was a bit far-fetched, even for Doctor Who, and as a result, it underwhelmed me, despite the threat itself coming across as real. Although this is a really strong start to Destiny of the Doctor, Hunters of Earth is surpassed by several later entries in the series. So even though this one makes for excellent listening, you won't revisit it as much as, say, Shadow of Death, Death's Deal, Shockwave, or Vengeance of the Stones.
I'm very proud of you, child, the Doctor told Susan.
But what is crucial about Hunters of Earth is that it makes you want to check out the rest of Destiny of the Doctor. It's a dark, terrifying first part with promises of even more sinister machinations and trademark scares still to come. Plus, it's a brilliant standalone tale for the first Doctor and integral to the arc itself, a solid 4 stars. Hunters of Earth is available via digital download or CD wherever audiobooks are sold. For any Whovians who have listened to Destiny of the Doctor, specifically this episode, please leave your comments below. What did you think? Share your thoughts, but no spoilers, please. Join us again next week for our review of the second Doctor tale, Shadow of Death.